Hi everyone, my name is Kira. I'm a yoga instructor and I'm here to provide you kids with some fun, short yoga flows to get you moving and entertained while being at home. You're welcome to do these by yourself, with siblings, with friends, and today we're going to do a special theme. We're going to do an animal theme, so we're going to try to incorporate mostly animal poses, or really poses named after animals. And let's get started. So we're just going to start by sitting in a butterfly shape. So bringing your feet together, your knees out wide. You can bring your hands on your feet. Open your feet up like a book. And then just breathing here. And when you breathe out, you're going to fold over your legs. Breathing in, lengthening your back. Breathing out, folding. So you can let your elbows come out to the side as you open up your feet. Very nice. We're going to make our way to the top of your mat or top of your space. And we're going to do a sun salutation to get us moving. You're going to come to the top of your mat, top of your space. Feet are together, arms are by sides. Take a moment here. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out. Breathing in, reach your arms up to the sky. Breathing out, folding over your legs. Breathe in, look forward, flatten your back. Breathe out, place your head on the mat. Step into your plank pose. Lower down to your chaturanga push-up. Your knees could be bent. Rolling onto the tops of your feet, upward facing dog. So your hips are lifted, looking up at the ceiling. And rolling over to your feet for downward facing dog. So you're meeting in a downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Staying here, I'm just going to change position so you can see from a front view. My hands are pressing forward. My feet are as wide as my hips or wider. My heels are reaching down to the ground. And with your hands, I want you to imagine like you're trying to make a handprint on the ground and really pressing in through all parts of your hand so that full handprint's on the ground. I like to think about it as imagining your hand is, you're making a handprint out of paint. So imagine sticking your hands in paint and making a handprint on the mat. And you want every part of your hand to show. So that's just a cool trick to get your hands in line. That was about 5 breaths. So you're in your downward facing dog, come high in the toes, bend your knees, take a couple of hops on the top of the mat. Breathing in, looking forward. And breathing out, folding. Inhaling, breathing in, reach your arms up. And breathing out, hands come to side. We're going to start incorporating some animal poses now. So again, beginning with breathing in, reaching your arms up. Breathing out, fold. Breathing in, look forward. Plant your hands down, step into plank pose. You're going to lower all the way to your belly. And we're going to come into a baby cobra pose. So your hands are on the mat by your rib cage. And you're going to slightly open your chest, look up. So this is called baby cobra pose. Now you're going to come into upward facing dog like we did before. Really opening up through the chest. Rolling over your toes for downward facing dog. And now here I want you to keep everything the same, but bring your elbows down to the ground. This is called dolphin pose. So you could walk your feet in if you need, you could walk them out, they could be bent. So holding here. Now if you want, you can lift one leg up, and then the other. Maybe walking your feet towards your elbows, making it a little more challenging. Really nice. You're going to come back onto your hands into your downward facing dog. And you're now going to step your right foot outside of your hand for a lizard shape. So staying in your lizard for just 2 breaths. So I'm going to show it from the front. Your right foot is outside the right hand. Your back knee is down. You're getting a stretch in your outer thigh or maybe your hip flexor. And then either staying here, we can make this into a flying lizard. With a flying lizard, you're going to come off the back knee. And you're going to snuggle your right shoulder under your right knee. And your hands are to come out to side like this. If you want that extra challenge, maybe you grab your hands around your back. I'm going to show this in a few different angles so you get what I mean. It's just a fun challenge. You could always stay in the original lizard shape. But this is what it would look like. Snuggling my right shoulder out. Arms are like an airplane for a flying lizard. And then maybe hands grab each other by your low back. So holding here, I'm going to come back to the original spot. Okay, now undo this. Place your hands around the right foot. Step back into plank pose. Coming into your chaturanga push-up pose. Breathing in, upward facing dog. Breathing out, downward facing dog. Really nice. Other side. Breathe in, lift your left leg up. Breathing out, step the left foot outside of the left hand for a lizard shape. So we're all going to begin here. Your back knee is on the mat. Your left foot is outside of the left hand. I forgot to mention this, but if you want, you can put your elbows on the ground. For me, sometimes my flexibility doesn't let me do that, but some people can. And then either staying here or making your way to the flying lizard shape. For a flying lizard, you're going to first tuck your toes and come off the back knee. See, my back knee's lifted. Then I'm going to snuggle the left arm, left shoulder under that thigh. And now letting my arms fly out like an airplane. Then maybe grabbing them, having this bind by your low back. It's a tricky balance. Totally not necessary. It's just a fun challenge if you want to have a challenge. But again, you could always stay here. I will show this from the back so you can see what it'll look like. See, I'm snuggling my shoulder like this. Okay, going to come undo this bind, and we're going to meet in a downward facing dog. Okay. Now we're going to do another fun variation like this. So bring your right foot again outside of the right hand. And this is going to be called Bird of Paradise. So listen up. You're going to snuggle your right shoulder underneath your right leg. Okay? So this is what it's looking like. It's like the lizard shape. And you're going to grab your hands and interlace. And then you're going to bring all the weight onto the left foot, so onto the back foot. So this is kind of a prep for the next pose that we're going to do. So holding here, this I do not think has an animal name, but the next pose will. Okay, so now you're going to rebend into that front knee, that right knee. And you're going to step your left foot to meet the right knee. See, we came from here to here. And now this time again, bring all the weight onto that left leg. So not the leg that you have your arm around. You're going to bring all the weight to the left foot. You're going to lift that right leg up. This is called Bird of Paradise. I'm going to show it to the front. So if this is too tricky or not working, you can always just come into tree pose. But if you want the challenge, you can always pause it and go back. We're coming into our Bird of Paradise. So my hands are interlaced, and maybe I can straighten my leg. I really can't, but some people can. Whew. And this is our Bird of Paradise. Again, if this is too tricky, you can come into tree pose. You guys all know what tree pose is. Okay, see, pretty hard. Okay, we're gonna do the other side now. So come back to your downward facing dog. Maybe come forward to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, or just stay in downward facing dog. Now we're going to step our left foot outside our left hand. And then snuggle your left shoulder underneath the left knee. Going to grab your hands behind your back, see? And now just holding here for a moment, bringing the weight onto the back leg. We're prepping for the bird of paradise. Okay, now we're going to bend into that left knee. Make sure your hands are grabbing each other. Going to step now, bring all the weight into that front knee, into that front leg, excuse me. You're going to step the right foot to meet the left. You see? So I went from here to here. And now bring all the weight to that right knee. And you're going to lift up. You're standing on your right foot. This is your bird of paradise. Either your leg is bent or straight in. If this is too challenging, you just come into tree pose. So you don't need to spin around. I'm just showing you the angle. Okay, that was a fun pose. Now we're going to just come to stand, shake it out, shake it out. We're going to now do eagle pose. So stand at the top of your mat, and you're going to first come into a chair pose. So remember, you're sitting like you're in a chair. I'm just going to show from the front angle. You're going to begin by placing your hands on your hips. Then you're going to lift your right knee. So we're lifting the right knee, crossing the right knee over the left. So this is what it looks like. Maybe you could get that double bind. So this would be single bind. This would be double bind. Either way is fine. You don't have. I'm just having to show you the angles. Okay, so you're in that single bind or double bind, bending your knees. Then you're going to bring your elbows as such. Bring the right elbow underneath the left. So we go from here to here. And then maybe again getting a double bind with our hands. So they come to clap. Single bind, double bind. This is your eagle shape. Holding here. If you fall out, you just come back in. It's a really fun pose. Breathing in here. Breathing out. And undo that. We're going to do it on the other side. So shake it out. Coming into your imaginary chair. Lifting the left knee up. Left knee is going to come on top of the right thigh. And then either you're doing the single wrap or the double wrap. Single or double. And bringing your elbows in front of you. Since the left leg is over, your left elbows could be under now. So left elbow comes under. Again, single wrap, double wrap, holding here. It's a really tricky pose. If you can get it, I'm very impressed. It took me a long time to be able to do this. So again, single is totally good. And undo this. Great job. Now we're going to do a nice hip stretch called frog. So everyone come to your knees. You're going to bring your knees wide. I'm actually going to show it from the back. You're going to bring your knees wide. Your feet, the inner parts of your feet are going to come down on the mat. You're going to come down to your elbows, and you're going to walk your knees out as far as they can. So I really feel this in my inner thighs. It's a nice stretch called frog. Again, everyone is different, so some people could go farther down, some people could go farther up. It really doesn't matter. It's nice that we're all different. To come out of this, you're going to place your hands down now. And you're going to straighten your legs. So you're in a wide-legged fold. And then rounding up. Nice. We're going to end this sequence today with a pigeon. So animal themed. To come in pigeon, you're going to start in the downward facing dog. You're going to bring your right knee right in back of the right wrist. You're going to get the shin, so the bottom part of your leg, to be as even and parallel as you can to the top of the mat. Mine does not go completely parallel. It could be any range from here to here. Then you're gonna walk your hands forward, and this is your pigeon. I feel this on my right outer hip. I'm going to show this from a different angle. You stay in the same spot. So really relaxing here, folding over your legs, slowing down your breath. Trying to hold without making any big movements. Taking another breath here. Okay, coming out of this, you're going to come back into your downward facing dog, shake it out, and then repeat on the left side. So bringing your left knee right in back of that left wrist. So I'm going to show it from this angle now. Right in back of that left wrist. Getting the shin to be as parallel as it can to that top of the mat. It could be anywhere from here to here. And then letting your arms come forward, folding over the length. Now just take a moment here. Notice how this side feels compared to the other. Without judging and without labeling one side as a good side or bad side. Just noticing. It's nice to notice our bodies because they're all different. So you're in your pigeon pose, you're breathing. Really nice. Coming out of this. Really nice job, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Feel free to share with your friends and family. And I hope you have a good rest of the day.